welcome to Turning Pages with Bree. So glad you are spending some of your time here with me on yet another video. This video is going to be me giving you my wrap up for the month of January. All the books that I read in January, which, if I'm not mistaken, it was 22. It was a lot of books, y'all. I think it was 22, and I'll have it up here to make sure that I give you the right number. But it was a lot of books. I did a lot of listening. I had a lot of, I guess, downtime, and I just was rolling. I was just rolling through books, and a lot of them weren't very long, but a lot of them were really good. I got a lot of 5-star reads in this month, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited about the year, because if this month is a telltale sign of what the year is going to bring, I'm all here for it. Let's just get it in and let's just do it, as far as I'm concerned. So anyways, of course, like, comment, subscribe, do all the great things, and hopefully you're enjoying the video. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get right into it. I will say that I kicked the year off with a book that I did not enjoy all that much, but I wanted to read something else by this particular author and pick this one because it was available on Libby, and it wasn't that great. And it's a series, but I wasn't into it. I wasn't here for it. So I will not be going through reading any more out of that series. And I don't know, maybe sometimes when I don't like the audio, it may be better to read it with my eyes instead, but I'm just not interested. I'm not interested. So I'm just gonna leave it at this one and move right along, because there's a ton of books out there to choose from, and I don't take anything away from this author by just this book I don't like, because I've liked other books by her. So I'm going to just move on and read something else that she may have wrote at some point this year. So anywho, number 1 was Worth the Fight by Vi Keelan. This is a romance story. It's I think he's a boxer, the main male character, and she's an attorney. Okay, I think that's how that goes. And I'm just going by strict memory, but I'm just, like I said, there's a lot of books, so I'm not gonna go into a lot of details about it. It was just for me. As they say, let's do the yes, no, maybe. This was a no. Okay, Worth the Fight. I just really got nothing much out of it. The next one was Discipline. This was by Mark Avery. This was a crime thriller. This was new to me, author. I got it on audio, of course, and I'm using my journal, my book journal, to kind of go by. I didn't put any notes in here yet about this one, so it didn't give me that, I guess, that much of a vibe. So I would say maybe if you like crime thriller, and this is a Black author, so you could certainly give him a shot. It wasn't bad. I want to say I would give it maybe 2.5 to 3 stars, possibly, if I were rating it, but it's a maybe. Okay. My Filthy Valentine by T.L. Martin. This is a romance, and I absolutely loved it. I am finding that I like her writing. It's Takara Martin in some of her books that she has put out, and then some she has T.L. Martin. So this one she has T.L. Martin, and it's book 2 in a series. I read the first book in the series last month, and now I picked this one up and absolutely love it. It does have spice, so if you don't like spice, don't read it. It's not overly done, though. It's the right amount. I think it's appropriately placed. But I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4.5 stars in my opinion. And I'm ready to read the next book in the series. So I'm going to be seeking that out actively to read that. And of course, I read it before February, before Valentine's. But I just had to go ahead and pick up the next book in the series because I enjoyed the first one so much. So if you have not read anything by her, I say yes, 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 yes. She is definitely one to read. The next book I read was Wreck by Catherine Newman. Okay, and this is the same author that wrote Sandwich. If you read that, this is kind of like a carry-on, sort of like carry-on from the same people. It's the same people in the story. It just kind of shifts the story to a different time period. I enjoyed it. It was very easy to read. It's like a palate cleanser, you'd say. So I say yes. If you're looking for a easy to read, simple, don't get too caught up in the minutia, just kind of like everyday life, and an older character like myself, a more seasoned character, and that kind of just goes through her day-to-day thoughts and life. This is a good read for that. I enjoyed it. I definitely like her writing, and I will definitely read more from her. So yes, I say yes, yes, yes. Capone 3, because you know I'm in the Delgado series by Miss Jacquel J. And I finished Capone 3. It's a romance, of course. Loved it. It carries on with their story, with the story of Capone. It wraps it up for him, and it gets you prepared to move into his brother's story, which is Capodanno, which is the next series of books in the Delgado series. Okay, so I loved it. Yes, yes, yes. If you like that type of urban Black story fiction, but keeps you kind of on the edge and in their business, this is one you want to follow. So yes. The next one I read this on my Kindle, because I'm trying to, of course, incorporate more books from my Kindle library, because I have so many books that I actually own from these events, these Stuff Your Kindle events. And then I have books that, you know, from Kindle Unlimited, because I'm paying for it. So I definitely want to try to this year be more attentive to those books that I have on my Kindle. And so this was the last book in a series by Miss Robbie Renee. I read the first 2 last year and loved it. Absolutely loved it. This is Pretty Shattered Mind. Love the covers of these books too. I would love to actually own these. They're short reads, but they're just nice. I like them. This is one of those I would love to have the trophies. I think I gave this a 4 or 5 star in my opinion. Definitely romance, and yes, yes, yes. I say read the whole series if you like romance and you like a story that has some depth but is not too long, and you're looking for like a short read. All 3 of these I think just perfectly done. Ms. Robbie Renee, you did your thing. The next one was The Boyfriend by Miss Frida McFadden. I like Frida, and I'm going to continue to read Frida, but this one did not hit. I gave this like a 2 star. I did not really care for this at all. I almost stopped reading it, but I went on and carried through. It was an audiobook, and so I just kept it going. But I'm gonna tell you, I say no. I own the book, but I am going to be giving that to a little free library, because I could have did without that one. That was kind of a waste of my time. But anyways, the next one is It Starts With Us, because you know that I read, if you follow me at all, you know I read the first one, which It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover last month. Loved it. 5-star read for me. So wanted to follow it up and read It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's a romance, but it's so much more than that. It's in depth. I like Colleen Hoover books. I enjoy reading them, and so this one did not disappoint. I gave it a 4 star. To me, I think it wrapped up the story well with the 2 main characters. So I say yes. If you like romance and you like Colleen's book, or if you've never read them, then definitely read the first one. It Ends With Us. Read that one first and then read the other one. Now I want to go watch the movie. But anyways, the next one I read was Stat. This was a short read as well. It's a Love and Scrubs. This is like a whole series of Love and Scrubs books by different authors. Okay, so this is the first one I read. It was by Aisha Bree. This was a romance. It was short, like a novella, or maybe, I don't know if they consider that a novella. It was like 200, right at 200 pages, I think 209 it says. And I got it off of NetGalley, and was able to listen to the audiobook. And so I thought that was cool. I found the book just to be kind of okay, in my opinion. I definitely want to read something else by Aisha, because I have some books that I actually bought from her at an event that I went to last year. So I definitely want to get into those. This one, it just didn't hit really for me. I don't know. I didn't rate it, but it was just okay. It was not gripping enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta read this. I would just say, I don't know, maybe, possibly, maybe. Okay. So anyways, the next one I read was a thriller, and this was called Without Her Consent by McGarvey Black. Never heard of this author. Picked it up through searching for like a thriller, and decided to, go ahead and stick with it. And it was okay. It was not a thriller that I would say, yeah, go out and read this. It was a maybe. I'm gonna just leave it at that. This was definitely a maybe. I'm just gonna leave that where it stands. A maybe is where I felt about it. The next one, hold on, was Capadonna by Jacquel J. Of course, that's romance, and that is the first book in the second season, I guess you would say, for the Delgado family. And of course, these books have been all over. So if you like this style of, series, and kind of, knowing that you want to keep going to the next one because it's intriguing, and it's like drama. It's a lot of drama. It has a little hints of spice, but it's really not that much spice. So if you're a person that doesn't like spice, then this is, you could read these. These are not heavy on spice. They're heavy on action and just mess and drama. That's what they have a lot of. And she's doing it very, very well. I am enjoying it. It's like watching a TV show almost. It's the way that these are wrote. And so you're getting these characters. Now, anyways, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'll tell you that I say yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then I read Capadonna 2. That's yes, yes, yes. Romance, Jacquel J. Definitely, I enjoyed it. So, moving right along, I read Somebody's Wife by Miss Robbie Renee. Of course, this is a romance, and a lot of people have, of course, talked about this one as well. But I'm just now getting to read it, and I am so glad I did. This is heavy on the spice, so if you are not a spice girl, don't pick this one up. If you're okay with some spice, this is okay. It's appropriately placed, in my opinion, but I enjoyed it. It kept me engaged, and I say yes. Like I said, I have a lot of books to go through, so I'm gonna say yes. But it does have some trigger warnings because it's a cheating trope, but it's not your typical. It is in some spaces, but it's not big as far as the cheating trope, like a whole big issue. It is an issue, but it's done in a way that's not bad, not too bad. Anyways, I just wanted to forewarn you of that. But I loved it. I loved it's the story of Ezekiel and Gemma Jewel. And so I say yes, 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 yes. The next one is Where We Found Our Home by Natasha Bishop. And this one is a romance, and this is a series. This is the first one in the series, and I enjoyed this book. I did it on audio from Libby, and I'm going into the next one. It's not a very intense. The storyline is intense, but it's not. What am I trying to say? It's not gonna have you like overly emotional, in my opinion, but it keeps you engaged. I enjoyed it. I thought it was, I would say, a 3.5 to maybe 4 star read to me. So I say yes. I say yes. And the next one is Love Connection. Oh no, I stopped that one. Sorry, I did not read that one. All right, so I'm gonna give you all all 3 of these at the same time, because this is one of my favorite authors, and when I say that this book when I finished it, I had to go ahead and complete the whole series because being that she's one of my favorites, I should have known that I was going to feel this way, but it took me off guard. Okay. So anyways, I don't know why I did, but it did. So without any further ado, Miss Ashley Antoinette, I got into the Birds in the Sky series is what I'm going to call it, because I don't know what the name of the series is, but the first book is called Birds in the Sky. Yes, I say yes. Okay. It's romance, it's drama, it's messy. It does have spice, but it is not overly done until you get to the last book, okay? But Birds in the Sky is the first one. The next one is Any Given Day, Every Fucking Night. And the next one is Birds of a Feather. All three, and there is a fourth supposedly coming out at some point. We know Miss Ashley, if you don't know, Miss Ashley Antoinette takes her time with her craft, and when it comes out, it's what you want. It is what you want. When I say this girl does it. She is that author for me. I can just auto buy her books because I love them. I mean, I just love them. I am just all in to the point where I cannot not read the next one. And I almost stopped. Like, I didn't pick this up because I knew there was going to be more when it first came out, because I wanted to wait till it got to where she had put out more of them. And I'm now mad because the fourth one, I want it now. Like, no, I want that right now. So anyways, I say yes. Birds in the Sky, yes. Any Given Day, yes. Birds of a Feather, yes. If you are a romance girl, if you like drama, intense emotions, roller coaster, if you okay with the roller coaster, but let me tell you, Ashley is going to drag you through there. So she's going to piss you off, and it's going to be some things, because I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I'm going to tell you some things that's going to upset you and hurt you. She is that type of writer, and I just love her for it because she keeps me, if you are in a reading slump, I think she is the perfect type of read to get you out of a reading slump if you like romance, okay? If you like romance with drama. Enough said, I'm going to not make this too long. The next one is just Honestly Yours by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is a romance, and I say, and I've had this on my shelf for a minute, I say yes. Not a strong yes, but kind of between maybe and yes, okay? I'm gonna leave that out, and it's a series, okay? The next one is Bash by Casey Mills. This is like a motorcycle romance novel or a book, and I say maybe on that one. The next one is, hold on, Things You Save in a Fire by Miss Catherine Center. This is a yes for me. I checked it out from the library and got it on audio from Libby at the same time, and read what they say in tandem. And this book was just an easy read. It was really good. It packed a lot in a good way that you could digest it really, really easy. So I say yes. This is my first Catherine Center book. I'm so glad I picked this one to start with her, because it made me want to read more by her. And I just enjoyed her writing. It's totally different from some of the books that I have read in the past, but I like that. I like exploring different authors and their different styles and way they write. So I say yes. The next one was Guilty Gucci, because I just had to go find something else by Miss Ashley Antoinette. And this was one of her older books. You can definitely see her growth from this writing. This was kind of gritty. It was just messy, but in a different type of way with crime and drama. I say it was okay. Okay, I say maybe on this one. It's like urban crime. Okay, the next one I did was on my Kindle, and this was Cutthroat by Miss Octavia Grant. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Ended it with her. And that was a bang. That is a yes, yes, yes. But you are not going, people have talked about that book before, so I'm going to just leave it at that. It's short, but it packs a punch, and get ready for the ride. It does have a little spice, but man, it ain't even really about the spice. It's about all the other stuff, and it's heavy. That's it. I am going to be short, quick, and to the point on this one. Thank you so much for watching. That is my January wrap up. Those are all the books I read, and I will see you on the next one.